Larry Manetti.
Aloha, folks.
Welcome to the big show here, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking here for a musical instrument that seems to be missing, so we'll have to kind of find that over there. Welcome, Larry. How's your week going? What's happening in your life?
My week was fine. I read the new Barbara Sinatra book, Lady Blue Eyes. It is absolutely marvelous. I suggest it to everybody. It talks all about the time when they met together and when she was married to Zeppo Marx and Frank was loose and fancy free.
She was actually married to Zeppo Marx.
Yeah, they were married, very happily married, and Frank lived right next door on Tamarask Golf Course, and they used to play tennis together. I mean, it's like this great cruise. It's a love affair, and she talks about all this concerts that Frank does and how he has her in front, and he addresses her at every show. And all the funny parts. I don't want to go into it. I don't want to ruin the book. But, I mean, I read every biography that's out. My wife, Nancy, reads them. And by far, I think this is hands over everything.
So you love this one. This is the one.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is just out?
Just out. It's out right now.
We're going to get her on the show.
We're going to have her on.
Now, speaking of getting people on the show, I understand today on the program we have the great Mike Connors. Mannix. I love the guy.
My pal. God, he's great.
You did a TV pilot with he and Tom Selleck, didn't you?
I did a cooking show with Tom Selleck and him and Robert Wagner, which was really a hoot. And I also did Mannix. I did the only 2 hour that they had.
You did the 2 hour Mannix? Were you the bad guy?
I was just a kid in it, but Mike was very kind. And I never forgot you, Mike. I mean, I know he's listening now, and I have to tell you that was a big part of my life.
You know, I also watched him on. I love the guy. I used to watch him on a series called Tightrope. Man,
oh,
he was always.
Show.
He held you in suspense right at the very beginning. He always had the cops and robbers. He was the detective. He was the guy walking the tightrope.
Do you remember when he turned and he pulled a gun? He always
had a gun in his back or something, didn't he?
in his back. But I think that was the start of the James Bond thing. I think Mike did it before.
I think so.
James Bond.
He was always that private eye, but he was more of like a crime-fighting investigator.
And what a lot of people don't know is Mike Connors is so versatile. He's a tremendous singer and dancer. And
really?
He's done so many skits with Dean Martin and Mitzi Gaynor, and he's just, I don't know what happened. I think, Mike, maybe we'll talk about it, but
forget. We don't need him on the show now. We've already talked about his entire career.
Yeah.
He's a dancer. We talked about the series he was in.
We can go
Good
on
to think about Mike Connors. Let's save the time and talk about the stuff ourselves here if we can, you know. You have some announcements to make here, don't you, at the beginning of the show?
The actor Rick Dial passed away.
Rick Dial?
Yeah, he was from Little Rock, Arkansas, and a very good friend of Billy Bob Thornton and Tim Jackson, and he's greatly missed. And I salute you, Rick Dial. And, happy anniversary to Gene and Giorgetti's restaurant, big landmark in Chicago. Everybody from Al Capone, God only knows who else. The Derpettis are the host and the owners. Very good.
Al Capone dined there?
No, he used to dine at. A lot of people did.
Really?
Ernie Borgnine's favorite place.
Really?
Yeah, salute. And let's see.
What was that? Salute?
Salute. That's
salute.
That either means two things. That's an Italian bomb that blows a restaurant up, or it's salute. It means in good faith.
So this was a good faith salute. Okay.
Where's Connors? Let's bring him on.
Well, we're just getting him on the line right now. He didn't hear all that stuff we told about him.
Okay.
Since we've told him all about that, maybe we should just tell him to just talk about his high school years or something. We covered his entire career, didn't we?
Listen, don't upset him. He's a tough guy.
I know he's tightrope. He's Mike Connors.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, he's Mannix. We'll be right back on CRN.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, Life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.